Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is AMJ, and I'm here with my boy LeeTV and my boy Gluff, and welcome to our first podcast for What's Commentary, you guys. How are y'all doing?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Good way to start it off.
I didn't even know I had a...
Oh, God.
I forgot my phone was on.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that
Come
shit.
on, man.
Look, man. We
On
keeping
it
it, though. We keeping it. It's our first podcast, we keeping that shit.
Don't
But,
be
yeah,
jinxed.
what's good, bro? How everybody doing?
We're all good. We're all good. What about you, Gluff? You good, Gluff?
Easy breezy, man. Easy breezy. Saturday in South Florida, man.
Hot as hell over here, yo.
I have Texas, so I'm bipolar as fuck. Like, it's hot now, and it could be fucking snowing tomorrow.
Bipolar with weather.
You
Yo,
know?
Florida be bipolar, too. Like, you could swear that it's fucking hot as hell, and then it'll just start raining out of nowhere. Like, you wouldn't even notice it. Like, shit, it's real down here.
Oh shit, fuck. I mean, shit, you better come outside with motherfucking swim shorts, a raincoat, an umbrella, shit, a fucking hemp coat. I'd be prepared for it all.
Like, I'm inside right now. I have my air conditioner on full blast, and my even like inside my room is 80 degrees, and I still have the air conditioner on. How the fuck does that happen? I might as well just be outside.
Might as well just
Adaptation,
go outside.
man.
Speaking of outside, let's talk about how we're fucking hermits in this Black Ops 3 Zombies trailer that's out though.
Yeah, bruh, I seen that shit. It was really good. I liked it. I feel like I really like the choice of setting where they had the shit at. Especially with the little 30s and that tone, the
Like a vintage kind of look.
Yeah, exactly. I really like where they took that.
I really like how they took how the community kind of built the story and they kind of added one to it. The characters now finally have a feel to them instead of people just kind of picking up audio logs and inferring a story. They're actually working with the community as the community kind of makes the plot themselves as the game progresses. I like that as well. And I also like how they actually thought into this one this time. There's actually a boss zombie, if you saw that part in the trailer, like that little three-headed looking Hydra that walks around. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Yeah.
Let's see what they did with that.
It's gonna be interesting though, because Ghosts had the same type of deal with like the aliens mode, but the whole community hated that game. Now I liked Extinction, but it's gonna be interesting to see because as we saw in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and I'm pretty sure with the latest Zombies as well, even though I haven't played it, it didn't really have a means to an end. You just kept kind of going until you died. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of take to that too, because that was one of the cool things about Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 was, hey, I can get to level 10, hey, I can get to level 20, I can get to level 30. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how that thing rolls out. I know that they're talking about every experience is going to be different, you're going to be leveling up, you're going to be getting different kinds of weapons, different kinds of abilities and things like that. So what do you guys think about that?
I really feel like maybe they should have not done that. Like really, leveling up and everything, that was made for multiplayer. You know, Zombies is its own thing, and then you implement that into a cooperative based game. It's like it almost adds a competitive factor in a sense. You know, back whenever like Modern Warfare 2 and was actually a thing, you know, people were always like, well, I'm this prestige and I'm that prestige. They thought that they could one up another person by rank. We already know that the Call of Duty community is toxic, but now there's a ranking system in a cooperative mode that's just going to add more means of shit talk. You know, I mean, I feel like they probably shouldn't have done that. They should have left it cooperative and left it original. You know, no ranking, just go slay zombies and get to your waves, and the leaderboard says it all.
Yeah, but you know, one problem that I've seen like with Black Ops 2, and even though there was no way to rank up, it showed a different score, and you don't even know how you got that score. But you know, when people saw that you just had like 3 little strikes instead of you having like a full-blown score, they would back out and wouldn't play with you. Like, are you serious, my nigga? Like,
exactly. Yeah. And there you have it, and that's right there is probably why they should not have done that. They should have just kept it how it was. You know, that's the thing about people, what they don't understand is that they sit here and the Call of Duty community will rave and rant. They want something different. Some things are just better left untouched, you know, and they should have just left zombies alone. It was fine the way it was. Do not start doing the most. Like, it's okay to add things, you know, there's always room for expansion, but don't dramatically change the whole concept what we were originally liking. That's why we liked it.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I completely understand. I just wonder if they're gonna take that advanced warfare aspect. Like, do they still have the little boost jump thing? Are they still gonna have the movement from multiplayer that Black Ops 3 is gonna have? Is that's still gonna be a thing, or they're just gonna keep it the way regular zombies is gonna be? I'm wondering how that's gonna work out.
Oh man, and that's the shit about it. I really hope they just keep it original zombies. None of that fucking wall running and shit, dude. Because one thing about Advanced Warfare that I hated is that the fucking zombies had the exosuits too, and these motherfuckers are flipping and flopping and flying and shit. I hated that. Keep these motherfuckers on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially with the new DLC. Like one of the zombies can teleport to you. So like you'll be looking back, and then the dude will just like if you look back to where you're running, the dude will just pop right in front of you. I'm like, yo, I can't even train anymore. The dude just teleported from back to the front of me. Like, how the fuck did that just happen? Yeah. And I get trapped and shit. Like, it's weird as hell. I want regular zombies, but with new maps and also new characters. But I just really I miss that real zombie experience.
Right. Well, from what I've seen so far, at least with the Shadows of Evil Zombies trailer that they revealed, it looks like the zombies are going to be pretty much the same as they were in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops. So they're going to be stationary, and the characters are going to be the same way as well, the guys that you're playing with. So looks like it's going to be exactly the same from that aspect. Now, obviously the graphics are going to be a heck of a lot better because this is next gen. But as far as the zombies goes, they're not going to have exosuits and neither of the players with or exosuits or the boost jump abilities and all the abilities that you're going to see in Black Ops 3. So from that aspect, you're definitely going to see, it looks like from the trailer, some of the traditional things that you love from the original games.
Now, Gluff, you seem to know a lot more about this whole zombie thing from what it sounds like than me and Lee do. Can you tell us about that bubble gum that they have inside that little machine thingy? What is all that about?
I haven't, and I'm just kind of streaming through the trailer right now. So honestly, I haven't even watched the entire trailer. But basically, what it's going to be like, I think, is just like just an add-on to the original like Juggernaut machines that you see. Just a little bit, probably different abilities that they're going to have. So I'm kind of watching the trailer right now. Basically, it looks like just different abilities you're going to be able to get from the gumball machine as opposed to just the like Jugger Cola or whatever it is.
From my guess, I think that the gumball machine won't be replacing the perks, but I think more of what it's going to do is be a power up. Like, you know how
exactly.
Or Destiny, you have like a power up where you can slam on the ground or you can pull out this magic gun or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be exactly what they're going to implement with that ball. There's going to be like abilities like where you could probably turn into flames, and every zombie that walk past you probably turns into flames when you have that power up. Because I know from what I saw, one of the characters had like a big flame around it, and all the zombies started they started going into flames. So I think that's what that ball was about. I don't think that was just random out of random. I think that ball probably was just a power up that person got from the machine.
Yes, exactly. That's what I kind of got from it too.
I really feel like after watching the trailer, I feel like those gumballs, I feel like, okay, basically every character I feel has their own special ability, and you eat the gumball and then it kind of activates. Because I've noticed that in the trailer, each of the characters had a different gumball. None of the gumballs were the same, you know what I mean? And then after it shows a segment where they eat the gumballs, they go out into the combat and they're doing some crazy shit. Like one of the dudes had these like red like little flare thingies floating around him. I feel like they're going to have their own special powers based off the gumball, and it activates it.
Yeah, it could be that sounds pretty accurate. If you played Aliens or Extinction in Call of Duty Ghosts, they kind of had the same type of deal where not from the first episode, but from the next 2, 3, 4 episodes, where you actually could select which kind of specialist person you wanted to be, whether you want to be a medic, you wanted to be an engineer, or someone like that. So you had to actually choose before the match, kind of the same exact way that Black Ops 3 is going to be. So you're going to choose from one. I think there are 6 characters announced already in Black Ops 3. You have to choose which character or which specialist you want to be before you even get into the game. So from what I get from it, I think it'll probably be somewhat similar to Ghost Extinction, where you'll actually choose which specialist you want to be, and then you'll get that from the gumball. Kind of like you said, AMJ. Kind of the exact same thing.
Yeah, I just want to see how they approach this Black Ops 3. I don't want them to ruin it. I want them to keep it, what it is. And I don't know if they're going to try to end it, like have an end to the rounds.
Right.
So it's not unlimited rounds, but I hope they don't change that. I hope that it stays the same. Even if they make another mode like how they did in Black Ops 2, say Transit had an end, like you couldn't just go round for round in Transit. Like say Transit had an end. I still wouldn't be satisfied with that, even if they had different, maps that didn't have an end. I don't think they should just change. I don't think they should change that at all. I feel like that would be a bad thing to do, to put an end to it.
Well, what would even be even cooler than that is you could have the option for either one. So to say you wanted to go to a game mode that had a means to an end, play a boss and just be done with it, or you can just keep on rolling, man. I don't see why they couldn't do that. It really,
that's pretty much a zombies campaign. So they will pretty much have either a zombies campaign or you could play a zombies map.
Why not, right? I don't see why they couldn't do that.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty freaking cool,
so.
Right?
It'll be a change to
that would be pretty actually be a great idea in my opinion.
Because for me, I kind of like to get to it because I do like playing original games. Like I stream Resident Evil. I was streaming the Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut on the stream the other day, which that was almost before you guys were even born. Actually, it was, which is kind of funny. The game came out in what? See, I have it right in front of me actually, in 1997. So it was in 1997. This is the original game. So I love that means to an end where there's actually a boss. You don't just keep on rolling, because that was totally like back then. We had PS1. And we didn't have internet, couldn't play multiplayer, so it was kind of cool to have that. But it's also awesome as well with Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Already we've seen that where you just keep rolling, man, having fun with friends, seeing how far you can get. So having that competitive thing, I kind of like sometimes, and sometimes kind of not. If that makes sense.
Right. And it makes a lot of sense actually. So on to this thing about the different editions of Black Ops 3. What do you think that's going to entail for everyone who plays zombies and even just multiplayer? The different editions. What do you think that's going to offer for them? I mean,
the different edition. That's pretty much the you talking about the hardened edition and all that stuff, like the Juggernaut edition of the game. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. I like the Juggernaut edition. I might even buy it, but it's sold out. I really like Juggernaut Fridge.
Yep.
Yes.
It's sold out within
2 days. On Amazon and all that stuff, and it was just like all that information was just released like yesterday, 2 days ago.
What the fuck did they do?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that Activision is just gonna keep it sold out. I think that they might.
I can't see that.
I don't see that.
That would be stupid of them. They are money whores, so I can't see them withholding that from the public since they have been such money whores. That's something we're gonna get into later on, but I don't want to go too much into that right now. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Juggernaut edition looked nice. There's even a video where they're showing off the Juggernaut edition. One of the people who actually made it, like, it looks just like the Juggernaut from the game. Like, it looks so similar, like the rust spots, all the scratches, and then when you open up the fridge, it makes like the noises, like how the round starts from zombies. The round start, they have that in the fridge. It sounds so dope and looks so dope.
Honestly, like I saw this online while I was at work, which I shouldn't have even been online, but I try to stay up with the latest Call of Duty news since I do 3 minutes of COD like 3 or 4 times a week. And I saw this and I was like, man, I really want to buy it for but it's like $200, man. Honestly, in retrospect, if they don't actually release a second edition or a second order for these things, I'm kind of going to regret it, because honestly, I really could have used another refrigerator. I've been thinking about getting a refrigerator in my room, my streaming room, my computer room. I'm like, damn it, man, that was a perfect opportunity to have something
right there.
Call of Duty, you know. So,
man, that's the perfect nerd memorabilia ever.
No, and I feel like such
fucking Juggernaut fridge. God damn it.
And and we're sitting here talking about this right here, us being gamers, how much we want this. Do you think that these developers are actually going to take into account that gamers actually want it? Do you really believe that if a gamer was to speak about it, like a bigger commentator and or a smaller YouTuber for that matter, do you think that the bigger companies will actually care to hear our opinions on what we believe they should do?
I think it has a if they see that everybody wants it, like if there's a mass amount of people who want to see it, then of course they're gonna listen, of course, because they see the money signs. It's like how on SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs saw all the kids running towards the fucking the goddamn thing, and he's like, I see money, bitch. That's exactly what they see. They see all these nerds. All they see is money. So I think they hear and they know what we want. It's just about I think the only dumbass motherfuckers who do not see the money is Nintendo, because they just make fucking dumbass moves and shit. And they don't understand what gamers want, and they're losing money, although they are the richest gaming, business out there. But I feel like they're the only people who won't. But for Activision and all and EA, they're money whores. Of course, they're hearing us, obviously.
Man, the thing about Nintendo though, you can't really knock Nintendo because they have Mario.
They have Mario. That's true.
They have Mario, and
but, the Mario only goes so far. Mario is nostalgia. That's what the fuck it is. You don't see little kids out here buying Mario.
The only thing is, I will say this, and I just heard this the other day. I think it was like probably about a month or I say the other day. This was like 2 months ago. This was the actual first year that the Wii has been been out of the red. So this is the first year that the Wii has actually made money. The Nintendo has made money for the first time in 2015 without losing anything. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But Mario, like, when people say Nintendo has Mario, that's really, I don't see a kid going out their way to buy fucking Mario.
Yeah,
I see kids going out their way to buy Call of Duty. I see kids going out their way to buy GTA 5.
Unless you're an old man like myself or my brother.
Like Grandpa Glove.
So you got to put that in perspective too. Like, how many kids in the buying potential too? And granted, I don't know. I've not done research on it, but you got to keep that. I'm sure these guys are looking into statistics, looking into who's buying what kind of games, because they send out these surveys all the time. I've never gotten one, but I'm sure they're out there. Who is buying these games for their kids, who's buying them for themselves, and things like that. Something kind of beyond what I'm actually talking about, but does that make sense?
It makes sense. So, Glove, can I ask you, do you think that exclusivity sells consoles?
Do I think so? 100%.
You think so? I really don't. I don't believe that.
I do. 100%.
I don't believe that at all.
Because
what
I
makes you
stream.
think that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was asking what makes you think that.
Well, I stream a lot of times, and I get kids in all the time. And okay, keep this in mind. I've been with PlayStation literally since PlayStation 1 came out. So whenever that would have been 97, 98, whenever that came out. So that's just the system I've stuck with. Okay. But you get kids now that are, 12, 13, 14. The kids that are getting these big balls and coming into my stream and telling me, hey, I think that players on PlayStation suck. I'm like, okay, well, what do you think that? And my only thought is they think that because the competitive scene has been played on Xbox basically exclusively since what I want to say World at War or after that. I think COD 4 was actually
since modern. Well, it's been since COD 4, but Black Ops 1 was on PS3.
Black Ops 1 was on PS3, so it's been since you've had Black Ops 1, you had Black Ops 1, and then Modern Warfare 3, right?
Yeah, you have,
and then you had
COD
Black
4,
Ops 2, Ghost.
Like every COD until Black Ops 1 was played on Xbox One MLG wise, and then Black Ops 1 was played on the PS3 because there were a lot of difficulties with Xbox. And it was better on the PS3, so they moved to PS3 for Black Ops 1 and everything else.
That's right. I remember there because okay, I remember that.
Yeah, everything else put back on the 360.
But so okay, that's a good question. That kind of goes against kind of what I was saying. How the little kids go with whatever the pros are playing. So I don't know. You gotta change my opinion. Kind of mid sentence.
It does, but it doesn't.
Actually, no, Lee. It just absolutely doesn't. There's only two factors that comes in how a console is going to sell itself, and that's number one, the gaming voice in general, and number two, what's back behind those systems. I mean, okay, put it like this: you have the Xbox One and the PS4, right? I don't give a damn if the PS4 dropped God of War, you know what I'm saying, and Xbox One dropped Gears of War. At the end of the day, if that PS4 runs better and those graphics are higher, that's what's going to sell that console hands down. You know what I'm saying? Because okay, like y'all said earlier about Mario, you know what I'm saying? It's on the Wii. Mario has Nintendo, that's what they do. You know what I mean? And like y'all said, it's a nostalgia factor. Half of these games are being sold because of that reason. Me and Lee actually talked recently. That's the reason why a lot of these older Call of Duties are so loved. It's simply for that reason. It's a nostalgia factor. You know what I mean? The joy of what you felt before. So the exclusive titles aren't really what's selling shit. You know what I'm saying? The exclusives are just kind of there. You know what I mean? Like if you buy this, it's kind of like a reward in a sense. But overall, it's about that console and what the rest of the gamers feel is the shit. It's not about the exclusiveness of what comes with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, yeah, a lot of competitive players are going to play, Xbox One or whatever was exclusively competitive then, but at the end of the day, it's about how those consoles are going to operate themselves, and overall, it's also marketing that plays with the sales for the consoles as well.
Yeah, but you're thinking in an AMJ mind. You're not thinking in the way a child thinks.
With children,
things,
exactly.
a child thinks, hey, they get the fucking DLC, they get to play zombies before I do. They get to motherfucking play zombies before I do. I know that's how I thought when I was 12. You know, when I was on PS3, I was like, these motherfuckers get it a month before I do, and they talking in class like they fucking having a fun time, and I haven't played this shit yet. And that's why I switched to 360. So did the 360 profit from exclusivity? Yes, it fucking did, because I wanted it. Also, for example, a guy in my DK chat, in the Darkness DK chat, he bought a PS4 because of the news that just happened. He legit 3 days later bought a PS4.
Yep.
Because the exclusivity was on the fucking on the PlayStation. So, and he's not even a big YouTuber, so he doesn't even have to make content like that on the DLC. It's not like, oh, I have to make this content as soon as possible. It doesn't even matter. You're not a big YouTuber, so he just bought it because the exclusivity was over there. And I think when you're thinking in a mindset of, you know, because you're very strong, you're a strong-minded person. So you're not thinking, hey, the exclusivity is on this other console. I'm not gonna pay a whole another $300 just to play this one game that I don't give a fuck about. You know, I can wait, or either I can you know, just wait until it come on a PC, or until they say, hey, let's put it on a PlayStation. I'm not gonna buy a whole nother game system just to play this one game. But you know, when you step into a kid's mind, if they really want something, they will beg the shit out of their parents to get that fucking thing. Yep. So exclusivity does sell consoles in a way.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I can understand that. But what I'm saying,
we got to keep in mind peer pressure too. We're at an age now where we're kind of, obviously, I'm almost 10 years older than you guys, but you got to keep in mind too, peer pressure plays a huge role, especially in 12 and 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. Even though you guys are 3 and 4 years away from being, or 3 and 4 years past that age, peer pressure is huge. Say, mommy, hey, Tommy just got this console, man. I gotta have this. Blah blah blah. Yeah. It's huge, man. Within that, especially within that age.
Nigga Phonics made that, like, he made that present. I know I'm the only person who watched the person, but he made it very present that some people say, I'm not buying Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is gonna be horrible. It's this and that and this and that and this and that. But see, the way Activision is looking at it, they know you're not gonna buy it. But they know the people who love Call of Duty,
right?
The kids that love Call of Duty are gonna buy the fucking game, and then when they're playing the game, they want somebody to play with.
Exactly.
Hey, can you play with me? I don't have anybody to play with, and this game is super fun. I need you to play with me. They go buy the game. They get the game from GameStop. They buy it. They come back home. They play with a friend. Oh, this is actually pretty fun. And then they ask their friend to go play with them. You know, it's a big peer pressure thing, and you know that kind of goes a little bit off from exclusivity, but you know. Peer pressure is a big thing, especially when it comes to games and buying stuff. And will it sell the console? It will, especially when it comes to little kids, which is the main market. You know, you have more. Well, I won't say that. You do have a lot of girls. I won't say. I won't go into that topic. I know AMJ would kill me if I go into that topic. You know, kids are not dominating the gaming world, but you know, there are a lot of kids playing these games. So you know, peer pressure. You know, exclusivity will buy consoles.
Okay, I can see that. I can understand a little.
I see what both of you are saying, though. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
We have good topics both ends. You know, he's strong on his opinion. I'm strong on mine. But you know, either way,
it will be. What you're saying is, it will be interesting to see how because obviously PS4 has been way out in front of Xbox One. It's gonna be interesting to see how the gap changes even more than even more than it is now.
Yeah.
Right.
And what Xbox One, how they respond to this. Granted, they've responded already with with being able to do the reverse compatibility and things like that, but what else they're actually going to do to I don't know, because we got to keep in mind too, this is a Call of Duty, you know, we're all into Call of Duty here, but there's also a we're just such a small community compared to the whole entire gaming community. But I'm interested to see what Xbox One has to do, basically, in a nutshell.
So what are you gonna say, MJ?
I was gonna say about the whole exclusivity thing. You take YouTubers like Ali A. When the Xbox One and PS4 first dropped, he did a comparison of which ones looked better, ran better, etc., right? I come to learn that Call of Duty Ghosts looks fucking sexy on the Xbox One when you put it side by side with a PS4. Until that has to mean that there's something behind that motherfucking Xbox One that's not behind that PS4 that needs to be behind that PS4 if it wants to compete with the Xbox One. You take an exclusive like Call of Duty. that game after a while becomes so fucking bland. I don't give a damn if you slap it on the PS4. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if it's going to look better on that Xbox One, people are going to wait. They're going to hold on because at the end of the day, most of the people that have these consoles, it's like Gluff. It's loyalty. You know, he's been on the PlayStation forever. So he grows up and he's going to continue to grow up with the PlayStation. Sony is his shit. It's fucking loyalty. I don't really think it's the exclusivity.
But Grant, I do have both. I have Xbox One too.
Man, these hoes ain't loyal. I would switch, bitch. I have Xbox One. I grew up on Sony. I don't give a fuck. I switched to 360 so fast. Man, fuck that.
But yeah, I did see a really good comparison too here lately. Both, no, don't get me wrong too. Like I said, I was a PlayStation fanboy, but I love Xbox too. Both are phenomenal units. You can't go wrong with either. So I guess from the standpoint of just being a Call of Duty fan, if you really are truly a hardcore Call of Duty fan, that's the one exception to where you say, hey, I love Call of Duty, I'm going to switch to PS4. Other than that, outside of the Call of Duty community, I really don't think it's going to matter. So that's my take on it in a nutshell.
Hold up, Gluff. Did you just say you can't go wrong with Xbox One? That party chat, though. What's up with that?
On which one?
On the Xbox One. The Xbox One is duty.
I've never. Look, I can't talk on Xbox because I don't have a mic on there.
I have a lot of friends on Xbox One. You know, I don't want to really trash them on a podcast. It's not needed. But look, the party chat is so duty. You can barely put somebody in a fucking party chat. Like it's so hard. And the freaking software is just so clunky and like slow moving. Like if you went to you actually think the 360 is better than the Xbox One.
No, really?
Software wise, not graphics wise, because of course it's packed with better stuff, but software wise and the way that they built the 360, way better than Xbox One, way better.
Well, see, that's what I don't understand. Like we were talking about earlier with Call of Duty, especially like the nostalgic guys. Why fix something that's not broken, man? Come on, dude.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Like, there were so many good... I never played the Xbox 360, but I know that it was, obviously... It's been around for 10 years, man, and it still competes with not only the PS4, or not only with the Xbox One, but as well as the PS4, both. Everybody loves their Xbox 360. I've heard this over and over again. Why fix something that's not broken? It doesn't make much sense to me. It seems like they just need like a panel of 10 just random dudes that are just, hey... I'm from a PlayStation. I like playing video games. Let's talk to these guys, man. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying with don't fix something that's not broken, but look at their business. Look at the standpoint of your business. Look at your YouTube. If you get a lot of fans, out of nowhere, you just get a whole bunch of fans, and they like your content. It's not broken. Your content is amazing, but out of nowhere, you just start losing a whole bunch of subscribers out of nowhere. You just start losing the attention. You start getting a whole bunch of dead subs, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? I mean, your formula isn't wrong. It's a good formula. It's an amazing formula. You know, it's good. But the reason why you change it is because you're losing the attention of some of your followers. So you change it up.
It's true. Yeah. So
you change it up, and though some of your old followers might not like it, you're gaining new followers that like it.
Well, but see, but in turn, this is an audio thing. Like you can tell if something is streamed in 192 kilobits per second, or something is what, I don't know, 128 or 92, whatever, 64, whatever it may be. It's an audio thing. Audio it's tangible. You can, or you know what I mean. It's basically tangible. You can see what you are streaming the audio at. It's a simple thing. Like with you go into PS4, for instance, and I don't know if this even compares because I've never been on the chat in Xbox One. Go into PS4 and just don't go into party chat. Listen to how bad the microphones sound. This is what I'm so confused about this, because you just go into a regular lobby on, say, Advanced Warfare. Everyone sounds like dog crap. It sounds like an old record from the 1930s. You're listening to, but you go into party chat and it's 192 kilobits. It sounds so good in your headphones. So I don't know really what they were doing there, but it sounds, I don't know what's going on with PS4 or what's going on with Xbox One.
Here's my thing that I was actually talking to my dad about this recently. He was telling me about this, pretty much the same thing, that these, the mics are weird looking, how PS4, it was kind of like a slap in the face, and they gave us like a fucking one-sided fucking earbud. Come on now, At the end of the day, what I told my dad is that, how old are these consoles? Like roughly about a year old.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
About, okay.
A little bit more.
They're still to this day making games for Xbox 360 and PS3, along, of course, to go with the Xbox One.
I think I know what you're gonna say, and I think I'm gonna agree with you 100%. Keep going.
The thing is that it took a while for like PS2 and the regular Xbox to transition from 360 to PS3. And what I'm trying to say with all that is, it's going to take a minute before we can actually get the full effect of these consoles. There's still work to be done on there. You know, there's still going to be things that are going to come out. So when you say, you know, don't fix something that isn't broken, we don't know if they're fixing something that isn't broken, but only improving what was already fixed. You know what I mean? There's all, like I said before when we were talking about BO3, there's always room for expansion, you know? Sure. And that's what's going on. They don't know the capability of this console yet. So they're making games like Call of Duty. I see games like Call of Duty almost as like guinea pigs. They're test rats. You know what I mean? They're there to see what they can do. They amplify the graphics and all this shit. You know, like zombies. That is a really like power taking thing that like hurts the RAM of the console, because all those zombies that generate, then when they die, the code has to run that shit. You know, the damn bodies and limbs that's gonna be on the fucking floor, that shit takes space. You know what I mean? So they take games like Call of Duty, they intensify them, and it's like a test. So then when they drop games like Gears of War that are more graphically enhanced and that are going to, you know, destroy the RAM further, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's their test right there. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to do to see what they have to do to understand what the hell this console is going to be capable of in the future to make bigger and better games.
Yeah,
sure.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I feel like there's nothing broken yet. We just don't know yet. We gotta wait and see.
See, that's why I kind of I had a video about it before. I talked about it a little bit too. Honestly, like for me, they gotta quit at some point. I think this needs to be the very last game that they go back to current gen, previous gen, whatever you want to call it, man. Yeah. Gotta quit with the PS3. Gotta quit with the 360.
They're getting ready to like.
They are.
That.
I think this is going to be the last game for that. But man, they have to just put all of their resources and time into one single game.
Yeah, right. I mean, and you can see that more in the industry happening, like a lot. Like you can see a lot of people saying we're not supporting the old gen consoles. We're just not supporting it. Matter of fact, Ubisoft announced like maybe a month ago, hey, we're not supporting that with Assassin's Creed and any other Ubisoft game that comes out. We're not doing that. We're keeping it for the next gen. And I can imagine that the new games are gonna look amazing. I mean, the fact that Far Cry 4 was produced for both next gen and old gen consoles, you know, it still came out beautiful on both of them. But just imagine how it would have looked if it was on the Xbox One. I mean, the game looks gorgeous on the Xbox One right now. But imagine how it would have looked if it wasn't made for the 360, and it wasn't like if they didn't have to take the time out to make it for the 360 and the PS3.
Right.
It'll look beautiful. So you know, I want to see how, like, and I find it hard to talk about this topic because I'm just getting a PS4 on Wednesday. That's gonna be my first next gen console. I've been rocking with the 360 for 3 years now, and I've been rocking with the old gen consoles for a decade. The last gen consoles came out 2005 and 2006.
Crazy.
The 360 came out 2005. The PS3 came out 2006. It's 2015. It's time to let those bitches go.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Pussy. You gotta let them bitches go.
I love my PS3. I still go back to that at least once or twice a week. So I do know what you're saying, though, man.
Yeah.
Gotta happen.
But
sometime soon.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But I really want to talk about something that happened like early, like last week. Batman came out. If you guys are familiar with, you know, the new Batman that came out, Arkham Knight, and the PC version came out horrible as hell. And I just want to talk about, do you guys think that the gaming community, like, does the gaming community voice really matter? Because as far as the PC Batman game came, you know, people went the fuck off on YouTube and on the Reddit posts and all that shit, and they completely took it off of Steam, the selling site. Also with something else that had went up, like I don't remember, but it's like the gaming community has a big impact. Oh yeah, Destiny, they did a DLC where they were putting out a whole bunch of shit that you had to buy the whole game over like $130 to get all that exclusive stuff that people should have just gotten, like they should have just paid for individually. And the gaming community has a lot of power. Like when we start talking and we start, you know, putting our voice out there, you would be surprised what we can do. You know, these gaming companies, they act like as if, you know, they can just give you anything. Like it can just sell anything to you, and you'll just buy it. But
now, Lee, let me tell you something, man. You're very right. The gaming community's voice is a very powerful voice, but you know what the problem with the gaming community voice is? These motherfuckers are contradictive. The same people that will tell you, do not buy this, do not buy that, will go off and buy it. That's why these companies keep regurgitating bullshit, because we keep buying it. If we stop buying it, they won't do it no more. For years and years, we complain Call of Duty's been garbage, it's been terrible, we don't like the DLCs, but then we go off and we buy it. We go buy it. People have raved and ranted, Destiny's terrible, oh my god, this DLC is trash, is this really worth it? And then we go and we buy it. That's the issue right there. We can talk and talk and talk, but see, as you already know in business, the only thing that talks around there is money.
Right, yep.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. Actually, I put out a video on this. I forgot this was about like 500 subs ago, when it was literally nothing. I'm still nothing, but when it was even less than nothing, what I am now. I actually had a video on that. We need to do a boycott. Now, who could lead this boycott? I don't know who really could, because I think
boycott on what? Games?
Everything.
Well, on Call of Duty. On Call of Duty. Well, just say Call of Duty. Let's cut it down to Call of Duty. Just for that. Just even for that. Could we do it? I don't think we can.
Yes, we can. If we can. Yes, we can. And the only way that we can is if we have one powerful enough people.
That's what that's what my whole thing was. We need a T Martin. We need we need those two. One of those two guys, Allier or T Martin. But they're never gonna do it, because you know why? They have their hands right in Activision's pockets.
I feel like the only way that they can fucking do a boycott is if we have a hacker take down Call of Duty servers. And it can't be put back up until they actually do what we
can't happen now, though, man.
Listen. One thing that's undeniable, no matter how you put it, is the truth. If we have our voices, right? We start off as 3. We're just small people, right? We get some people who support our cause. Matter of fact, if you don't want to, go too deep into it, like you don't want to tap into the Alliers and T Martins, take the people that don't even like Call of Duty to begin with. Get them to speak, spread the truth. At the end of the day, it's almost like a religious war. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the God or the people that are going to go to heaven are going to be people that are against Call of Duty, and the ones in hell are like the Alliers and T Martins, metaphorically. Not saying they're bad people or anything.
Yeah, right.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's all it's going to be. And we can all fight. You know what I'm saying? We can bring each other in, because if we just leave Allier and T Martin to buy every title of Call of Duty, how the fuck is Call of Duty going to make any money? And even then, no matter what you say, every dollar, every penny counts to those companies. So taking away 15 of their fans at the most, that would do something. That would make them think like, okay, we just lost 15 people. I mean, not that big of a deal. We still making millions, but that could have been like almost another million more. You know what I'm saying? And you take away from 15, maybe you take away 30. 30 turns up to whatever the fuck it goes to, and then as it keeps on progressing, you know what I mean, they start losing people. If we could get at least 100 people to help us boycott Call of Duty, that's already going to send a red flag, like right there, because that's less loss of money right there.
Yeah, you can get a small amount of people, but I don't think that you can just boycott Call. You can get a large amount of people to boycott it. You can get a large amount of people to boycott it, but that's just going to send. I mean, it's going to do what you want it to do. But I wasn't looking at it like that. But thanks for telling me that, because if you get a small amount, if you get a good amount of people, they're gonna look at the money aspect. They're gonna say, you know what, we got to make a change for this number grows. So I understand what you're saying.
And the real thing about it is that I don't even think Call of Duty is the game that's bad. What I think that's terrible is them taking ideas from other games, like the wall running shit. Why the fuck did you do that? Why Titanfall already did it. Stop. The damn exosuits.
Right.
What are you doing? Stop.
I know.
No, we like Call of Duty, not bunny warfare. Everyone's jumping around everywhere. No, stop that. It's the DLCs though. Those are the real slaps in the face. Those damn DLCs come out with like the most retarded ass maps, and the zombie maps, especially like in Black Ops 2. I didn't feel like that many of them were even that well thought out. You know what I'm saying? It's like they kind of just like placed a board and threw some buildings in different places. It was too not Call of Duty-ish. Like when you had Black Ops 1, you know what I'm saying? Shangri-La was fucking huge, first of all. They had these great gun ideas. Like everything was new. It was nothing like when you play Verrucht or Kino der Toten or Der Riese. But on Black Ops 2, it kind of seemed like every map was basically like the same thing over. It wasn't really much of a different feel unless you did an Easter egg. I mean, it wasn't really fun. You know, these damn DLCs. If you can't boycott Call of Duty, you could at least stop the production of these DLCs and make them think before they actually produce them. You know what I mean? That right there is all it really takes is a thought process.
I could see people boycotting the DLC though. I could see that. Because if it just looks like complete duty, and these actual YouTubers, these quote unquote for the community YouTubers say, hey, don't buy this shit. It's not worth it. Like when they review the shit, instead of kissing Activision's ass when they review it, you know, act like Modern War Negro and be like, you know what, this shit is just motherfucking ass. Like, you know, I don't give a fuck what. I don't care if they sent it to us. I don't care if, you know, they gave us a review copy. Don't kiss their ass. Say, hey, Activision, this shit is ass, and I'm gonna tell my fans that it's ass. Don't buy it. You know, and I feel like they can do that, but the actual Call of Duty game, I don't think, you know, it would make as much of an impact. But to make sure that it can get these DLCs fucking straightened out and stop giving us bullshit and having us pay $15 for this shit, you know, I feel like these YouTubers can really help. Can really fucking help instead of kissing ass.
Right. 100%. They could 100.
For example, one YouTuber that, you know, I really like, you know, he got me on the map pretty much, but YouTube dude. He's a small YouTuber, but he's big enough to get, you know, free stuff from these big companies. He pretty much got an access code to get the DLC for free, and he did a review because that's the thing you have to do. You have to make a review to get the access shit. And he made the review, and he was like, "Hey, this fucking Advanced Warfare zombie map shit was horrible as hell." And I remember when he said it, and of course he didn't do a review after that, but you know, it was horrible, and I did buy it. But that's only because, you know, I'm a zombies fan, so I like playing zombies. I don't know, but you know, he said it was horrible, and a lot of people didn't buy it. Like a lot of people in the comment section, like, thanks for telling me, I'm not gonna buy that shit. And that's how much of an impact these YouTubers have. So, you know, I think that DLC should, you know, YouTubers should stop being an asshole and stop kissing ass, and just go ahead, you know, tell people how bad, you know, the DLC is.
But what is the root of all evil?
Yep.
Money is the root of all evil. I'd love to see that, man. I would 100%. I just can't see it. I see what you're saying. God, I wish it could though, man.
Especially Drifter, Ali, AT Martin.
You named them, man. Exactly.
But yeah, that's a really big factor of all that, you know, drama. Money is everything, and I feel like once you take the money away from them, and once you stop showing them that, you know, we're not gonna buy bullshit. And you know what really fucked up the whole community when it came to buying games? When they started doing pre-orders. That really fucked everything up. Because once somebody got hyped for a game and they pre-ordered the game, the developers automatically thought, oh, we got these bitches.
Yep.
They saw the pre-order count, oh, we got these motherfuckers. We could give them anything. Especially Assassin's Creed. That Assassin's Creed bullshit they pulled last year. That shit got a lot of fucking pre-orders, and then as soon as the game released, you saw all these fucking bugs and people without faces and fucking flying motherfuckers out of nowhere, all these glitches and shit. Like the game wasn't ready to be released.
Right.
But because of the high pre-order sales, you know, that's what, you know, they just thought, hey, we're just gonna release anything because they're gonna buy it anyways. You know, we know they're gonna buy it. They're excited for it. So, you know, that pre-order shit, that fucked up the whole game. The game industry. Once they started doing pre-orders, you started to notice how much people was so cocky about their game, and how they were like, you know, this is going to be the shit, and we don't really need to do much because you're already hooked on the game, and we haven't even released it, you haven't even bought it, and you know, you're hooked on the game. So that pre-order shit really fucked the whole community up.
Right. Now I'm streaming this live. I don't know why I just had to start live streaming it, but I just got a comment in here. They got paid from Activision, yes. And the funny thing is that none of these guys want to admit that they're getting paid from Activision. It's like, come on, man. Why are you sucking the dicks of these guys if you're not getting paid? That's what I want to know. Drifter's the only one with any balls in this community as far as the big YouTubers go that review these games. Drifter's the only one that will come out with the bad things, but how can you actually... You know what I mean? Like, how can you say that these games are perfect? Drifter is literally the only one that says anything is wrong with these games.
Yeah. But we're running out of time, you know, for our podcast because, you know, we got people that got to leave. You know, we started a little bit late, Mr. Sir.
I already told you. I'm sorry. I don't.
Hey, we love you, MJ.
But, you know, it's good. But if you guys want to, for the next podcast, join us. We live stream this on Saturday at 4 on Gluff's channel. You know, as he said, he live streams, and maybe we might start on time. But if we don't, then just hang around. You know, we're gonna be here. And also, if you guys want to check out these commentators, they're amazing commentators. Mr. AMJ, you know, go check out his channel in GluffNation. But as far as our YouTube channels, AMJ, what you doing on your channel? This, you know, what you doing?
Shit, I got some Borderlands 2 content coming out. We're going to pretty much be going over basically what I expect to see from Borderlands 3, seeing as a pre-sequel kind of sucked dick.
Yeah. But Gluff, what you doing on your channel this week? You know,
man, I got a lot of latest Call of Duty news coming out. I got some games coming out, not this week, but next week we're gonna be live streaming on there. We're gonna do some walkthroughs. Got some old school Resident Evil, man. So Call of Duty and the latest games coming out.
Yeah, all the links will be in the description. Make sure that you check them out. You know, we're doing our best to get a good podcast going. This is our first episode, and I think that we really did good. What you guys think?
Oh man, it was fun.
I think you're booty.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, this is really fun, man. I'm excited for this. We've had some conversations in the past, but man, this was the first real deal, and I cannot wait until we get some freaking... I can't wait, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited, yo. But if you guys want to be in the next podcast, leave a question, and we will answer it at the end of the podcast. Leave any question. If you have something that you want to say about one of the topics that we went into, we'll be so glad to, you know, talk about whatever, you know, you have a problem with what we said or want us to, you know, talk about it, then just leave a question or leave a comment down below and we will address it because we talk to our viewers. So all the links will be in the description. My link will be in the description. Go follow everybody, go subscribe, and yeah, we're out.
Peace
Out, guys.